Hey you guys, I am back with another video and I decided to record today. It's been like a week since I haven't recorded because I was just like, you know what, let me record. Like I haven't recorded in a week and I just had this idea on my head about like what I wanted to create, and what I wanted to post because I was just like, it's still a grind. I'm still doing YouTube. Yeah, I'm not quitting. And yeah, like honestly, this is just my job now. But anyways, today I decided to make a video of like the things that I would do if I was on Love is Blind, sorry. Now I saw Queen E's. I follow Queen E. I follow her podcast and I follow her YouTube channel. And she was doing like this thing where like it was like a Love is Blind assumptions where she made a post on YouTube and she was like, comment you like guys, why don't you guys comment she had all her subscribers, including me, comment like, all of her Love is Blind assumptions about the show. And I saw some good assumption. I was just like, you know what? Why don't I do a Love is Blind series where I talk about, why don't people make assumptions about me and like what I would do if I was on the show? Why don't I make assumptions about myself if I was on the show, like what I'm doing right now? And also like, why don't I have you guys make assumptions about the show as well when I put that post out and you guys make your assumptions about the show and how's the show doing? Has the show been a downfall since season 1? And just everything. Honestly, I was just like, you know what, let me just make this video because this was a kind of like a cool video and just a cool idea. I also had my first interview with one of the Love is Blind cast members from this season. I want to interview somebody else, but I don't know if they'll be up to it. So yeah, so we'll see about that. But anyways, let's just get right into the video. So I honestly have a lot of things that I would do if I was on the show. I have like a series of things that I would do really if I was just on the show. I would just say like the first thing that I would do if I was on the show, like honestly, is try to date in my race. Like if I was in the pods, because in the pods you cannot see people, you cannot see what they look like when you are talking to people through a wall. But for me personally, if I was on Love is Blind, the first thing that I would do honestly is date people outside of my race and date people within my race. Now, the reason why I say both is because I want to give myself an opportunity to see like, if dating outside my race is going to work for me or if dating inside my race and ethnicity is going to work for me. Because I see that a lot of people of my color, when it comes to dating, they don't really get that lucky. Like, I don't see a lot of black love on Love is Blind. So then I wonder, like, if I was on the show, do I go for dating a black man? And will that man play for me? Because a lot of the black men on Love is Blind do not make it far when it comes to getting married on the show. Like, they at least maybe make it to far. Like, we've only had Kwame and Brett. Like honestly, like Love is Blind thrives on like, the black love breakup story, they thrive off of like guys like SK, just Tyler with the 3 children, like, men like that. And so for me, like, I would maybe like, why don't I try dating a guy that's Indian? Why don't I try dating maybe a guy that's Hispanic? Or why don't I try dating, guys outside of my race, a white guy? Because maybe that will give me the opportunity to see, like, it will just make me more open to dating guys that maybe might accept me. I don't know. But I feel as though I have a higher chance of getting married if I were to date outside of my race than inside my race. Now, the reason why I say I would also date inside my race is because, I feel like that I would vibe more with someone in my race, and I would also connect more with someone in my race, and I would also probably vision somebody in my race, and I would want to maybe get the chance to experience maybe, I don't know, getting left at the altar by a black man. Like, I don't know. So it's like, I would honestly want to see what it's like to be rejected when it comes to Black love. Like, I would want to see what the opportunity feels like and do it for the plot. Yes, I'm being my full honest self. But yeah, I would maybe want to do it for the plot, or I would also maybe love to have a Black love story. I would love to have a Brett and Tiffany story. Like, so it's like I would honestly do both, but I would honestly accept like the fact that like whatever happens, because I know whatever happens at the altar, I will be able to get over it fast, like just very fast. Now, the next thing that I would do if I were to go on the show, if I were to be on the show Love is Blind, honestly, I would go on the show for I would go on the show for clout, and I would go on the show for love. Now, when I say both, now when I say clout, I mean make sure I get a storyline where I honestly would like, I want to make sure that I make up a specific storyline. Like, let's say I'm not into the person and the person's not into me. Maybe I talk with that person and be like, hey, look, you want to make up a storyline about X, Y, and Z, and let's just like, you know, play it out and see what happens and see if we get views. I would honestly do the show for my career, because after seeing what happened to Love is Blind season 6 and even season 1 and even season 2, like, people who had careers after the show, people became influencers after the show. So I would honestly love to be on the show Love is Blind, just to go to like influencer events. Like, I would be thrilled to go on Love is Blind and come out with 1 million followers and then get invited to be going to all these. Like, I want to go to Tarte. I want to go to a Coachella event. I want to get invited to, you know, so many events. Like, I don't know. But like, I would honestly do Love is Blind for clout as well. And I would also do it for love as well too. Like, I would do it for love because, I mean, I've always dreamed of marriage, and so it's like a bonus. Or like, okay, you know, now I'm famous and I have a love story, so it's okay, now I have a love story. And then it's like, okay, you know what, maybe I find, you know, the richest man in the pods, and I just get very lucky. Like, maybe I just get very lucky to the point where I am able to, you know, like, have a provider. Like, I don't know, I could find the most cutest man of my life. Like, you never know. Like, I would honestly do Love is Blind for love and for clout. Like, I would be hoping, like, in them pods, like, yo, look, I would be telling the producers, like, y'all better pick me to be the top 5 storylines, please. Like, let me have a storyline where I either get left at the altar, where I either say I do not, or where I get married, you know, we both say I do, and we actually have a wedding, and then, like, it's like this big thing. Like, I don't know, honestly, if I'm being honest, like, I would most definitely though do Love is Blind for the opportunity, but then I would also do Love is Blind for love, and actually see if, like, I'm connecting with this person, and actually see if I could have a future with if I could have a future with this person, and also see if I could, like, you know, buy a house with this person, you know, just move in with this person. Like, but then also I would do Love is Blind, like, to have a storyline. Like, okay, we don't like each other, but let's make a storyline. Like, let's actually now, you know, finish the experience and make a storyline, and maybe we could, like, you know, get some views, or, you know, get something out of this. Like, cause I know what y'all cast members on Love is Blind be doing now. Now, the next thing that I would do if I was on Love is Blind, honestly, what else would I would do? Ooh, I would get into a lot of fights, and it would be on purpose and on accident. Like, I would be catching attitudes left and right. Like, if I'm already getting irritated by the guy and I'm living in a shared apartment with the guy, I would honestly, like, start drama, because honestly, number one, it's meant to have those conversations. Honestly, number two, this is a moment where I honestly could like make my viral moment or something. Like, I don't know, I would purposely and by accident, like, create drama, or I feel like that I see myself somehow getting into drama and even just somehow being up in a love triangle. Like, I feel as though I might be one of those persons who accidentally takes the person's man, and also I will be one of those persons who might be in a love triangle and my friend took my man. Like, I feel as though I would be one of those people who like would step on somebody's toes. And I don't know, like, I feel like that I would just somehow be getting into drama. I would just somehow be, clashing with people. I would just somehow be arguing with people, or I would just somehow be arguing with my partner, because I'm a person that just loves to like argue. Like, I just love to argue sometimes, like for fun. Like, I don't know why, but I feel as though I would be like one of those dramatic queens who like will be starting a fight in the kitchen, who will be questioning the person like, okay, so like, why did you have a problem? Like, or if I feel some type of negative vibe by the guy, like, I'm gonna talk about it, and then I'm gonna like, we gonna have like either a fight or we're gonna have like a nice conversation. Or like, I feel like that I might be one of those girls who just gets into fights with their like fiance like almost every other scene. Like, I'm just getting into a fight with my fiance. Like, I think that if I was on Love is Blind, I would try to be the one creating the most drama and trying to be the one who's the MVP of why our season became viral in whatever city that they were filming in. Like, I would make sure that I was the reason why our season went viral, because I just love to lean into any drama, like any drama that's going on. Like, yes, this is my authentic self. I love to lean into drama. So I feel like that as though I would be one of those people who would just be getting into drama just left and right, just like being into drama. I mean, just getting into arguments, like just getting in, like, I don't know, or just like, I just be making up scenarios in my head and then I just say it out loud and it just turns into like a whole fight. Like, I feel as though I would be one of those people who would either create drama or just happen to just so be in drama. And like, I just like, I don't know. Another thing that I would do if I was on Love is Blind, is honestly like, okay, sorry. Oh my God, that was my bad. But I feel as though if I was on Love is Blind, I would be one of those people who would just deny. And this is post show. So now let's say like I filmed Love is Blind season whatever, and then I don't know, like there's all these speculations of like, oh, she went on the show for fame, or he went on the show for fame, or like just people suspecting me, or like allegations. I feel as though I would just somehow be having allegations about me, or people suspecting that I went on the show for clout and to become an influencer, and I would just deny. Like, I feel as though I would be one of those people who would get confronted about coming on the show for fame. Not even confronted, but just like, you know how like when seasons of Love is Blind will come out and, people will be like, this person came on the show for clout. This person came on the show for his career opportunity. I honestly wouldn't even be truthful about that. I feel as though when it's like post show and this season's airing and like there's episodes airing every week and people are like, oh my gosh, she went on the show for fame. I would be like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Like, no, I actually went on the show for love. We just didn't. Like, I would be one of those people who literally like would just fake I would just be one of those people who would just fake how, like, if I don't like the person, or if the person is on a track, if I'm not really feeling the person for whatever reason, I feel as though I'm gonna just be that person who's just going to try to like, fake it and just be that actor. Like I'm gonna be that actor who acts like everything is good. And I'm gonna like maybe like just pick out fights here and there. Like I'm gonna just start picking out fights here and there. But I'm also like, if I get suspected about being on the show for clout or like not be on the show for the right reason, like no, like I've always dreamed of love. And like yes, even though I've never been in like a real relationship, like I'm actually here for love. Like I feel like that I would be one of those people who would just deny. Like if someone asked me like, did you really come on the show for like your career? I'm like, no, like I actually wanted to be here for love. Like I actually wanted to find love here. Like I don't know, I feel as though I would be a good actor on this show. Like I would just be a good actor, someone who could just act well, somebody who just, I don't know, like I feel as though I would not be able to like be my authentic self in some things because it's kind of hard to. I mean, sometimes like you just don't, but then I also feel like that I would be authentic, but then also in the back of my mind I'm just like, I could honestly become famous off this. Like I really could just become something. Like I could really have a career rather than working a 9 to 5 every single day. Like I would just be so happy that like in the back of my mind, like if I become viral and like our season goes big, like I'm quitting my 9 to 5. Like I honestly would be one of those people who would just like when I get suspected for things or like called out for things post show or when the show's airing, I'ma just deny it. But then also, I don't know. Another thing that I would do if I was on the show Love is Blind, if I was on the show, another thing that I would do is, I'm trying to think of like what else I would do. I would honestly, I feel as though I honestly would rely on a man for their money. I feel as though if I was on the show, I would be a financial burden. I would be a financial burden. I would be someone who relies on a man for their money. And when I'm in the pods, I would make sure I am going to marry a man with a lot of money. Here's why. So like when I'm first in the pods, I'm going to make sure that I'm asking all the men, what is your night? Like, what is your career? And if they say teacher, you're done. If they say like social worker, you're done. Like you're out of here. But if they say like engineer, a coding person, I don't know, a tech person or like electrician or like if they say like if they're unemployed, oh, I'm leaving the pods. Like, I feel as though I'll be that person who will be like, okay, what's your job status? Like, are you employed or are you not? And like, if the person mentions like, oh, I'm unemployed, like, I feel as though I would be that person to be like, you know what? All right. I don't think I really could be with you. It was like, this was fun, but it's not for me. Like, I feel as though I would be that person who just, I don't know. I would be that person who just would be asking people like, okay, what do you do for work? Like, what do you do for work? And if I don't like your job, like, I'ma just leave. Even if you're a nurse, I'ma just leave you in the pod alone. Like, I feel as though I would be dating a guy for their money, whether if I'm employed or I'm unemployed or not. Like, I would be dating the guys for their money, even if I don't like the person. And I'm like, and I found out you have a really high paying salary job, but I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm feeling it. I'm like, you know what? But maybe I could snatch a rich, like, I feel as though I would be dating the men for their money. Like, and honestly, this is just me, like, being truthful with, like, what I would do. But like, yeah, like I would be asking the guys like, okay, what is your job? How long have you had this job? I would also be asking the men like, okay, like, where do you live? Like, do you have, like, I would be asking, like, do you have a house? Do you have an apartment? What city is it in? Is it a high rise? What type of car do you have? So that if I know all this information, or not even just, I wouldn't even ask like that much questions, but if I have an idea of like, oh, like this person is like luxury, this person is high class, I might date you for your money, and I might even date the person for love too. But if I don't find the like, if I'm doubtful about the person, but then I'm like, you got a bag, like a big bag, like, and you could put me on, then I'ma be staying in that, like I'ma do whatever I can to stay in the relationship, and I'm gonna say I do. And it might just be for the money. Now, what else I'm trying to think. Okay, now this is my last thing, but I would say, like, honestly, like the last thing that I would so like this is my last thought of like what I would do if I was on the show. Now, if I was on Love is Blind, I feel as though I would cry a lot. I would cry a lot on purpose, and I would cry a lot by accident. Now, hear me out. I would cry a lot genuinely. No, okay. I would cry a lot purposely, and I would also cry a lot like out of like actually like I'm emotionally sad, like you hurt me. So like, okay, let's say like me and a guy are in a relationship and we're on Love is Blind, and we get into a fight and like he offends me, or like he's just been like, you know, a little bit like mean mugging me. Okay, yeah, I'ma cry sometimes. If we're having tough conversations, yeah, I'ma cry sometimes. If I'm having tough conversations about like what I went through in my life, yeah, I'ma cry sometimes, because I'm sometimes an emotional person. Now, let's say like this guy did something to me and I don't really feel any emotion, because I feel like that sometimes I can be numb to certain things in life. Let's say like a guy did something bad to me, and like, you know, my friends are defending me, but like I don't really feel anything, or I don't really feel any type of emotion. Oh, I might cry on purpose for the cameras, because I'm just like, I mean, this is my only opportunity to make my big viral moment. And like, I know like people are like, you know, you can't be on the show for clout. But like, I feel as though if I was on the show and I had cameras on me, if I know that I am going to be shown to people and millions of viewers, I'm gonna make something out of this TV. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that like, you know, my season, like I'm gonna make sure that like, you know, the season that I am in is not going to be boring. I'm gonna make sure that y'all are going to see another Charlotte season of Love is Blind. Like, I'm gonna make sure that this season is dramatic to the fullest. And sometimes it's gonna be me crying on purpose. Sometimes it's gonna be me just crying because, you know, I just felt like that I had to cry. And maybe I didn't feel sad, but at the moment I felt like I had to cry. Like, oh my God, that was just like, I felt that as though I would just try to be finding some tears. And I'm gonna think about something else sad, and I'm gonna just cry about, like, I'm gonna try to cry about the situation, but I'm gonna be thinking about something else sad. Like, I feel as though if I was on the show, like, I would be crying just a lot to make, yes, come on, like, put some scenes of me crying so that, you know, it can make it seem like, you know, I was sad. I was sad in those pods. I was happy in those pods. Like, I was all over the place in those pods. I'd say another thing I would do is act anxious. Another thing I would do is act anxious, sad, and like, no, not sad, but I would act anxious, shallow, shy, and quiet. I feel as though this is genuine because as someone who's already a quiet person, I feel as though in the relationship, like, I'm not going to do the talking. If I'm on the TV show, I'm not going to be doing the talking at all. I'm going to be on to like more on my career, but like, I'm going to still like make it seem like I love you. Like, not even I love you, but like I'm in the relationship. Like, I feel as though I'm going to be that person who just is not going to say shit. Like, I'm just not going to say anything. Like, I'm going to just be quiet. And like, you're just not gonna hear from me. Like, I feel as though if I was on the show, like, I would just be very shallow, not really talking in the group, like, not really doing anything. I'm gonna just be shallow to myself, and I'm gonna just be calm, cool, and collected, my genuine quiet self. And I'm not gonna say too much. And I mean, no, like if people complain like, oh my God, like you don't really talk that much, like you're not putting an effort in the relationship. I'm gonna be like, I mean, that's who I am. I'm quiet, I'm shy, and that is who I am. I'm very shallow, like that is who I am. Like, I'm sorry, but like I'm a shy and quiet person. Like, I feel as though if I was on I would also act anxious though too, because I feel as though if I'm in the pods, I would be very, and this is like coming off genuine. If I was in the pods, I would act very anxious. I would have tons of anxiety. I feel like that I feel as though if I was on the show, I would be in a love triangle, and I would be deciding between like, okay, like which guy do I want to meet? Like which guy do I want to propose to me? And like I'm gonna be torn between like a black guy and a white guy. Like, okay, like, you know, which guy do I want to take down to the altar? And then I feel as though I might also by accident or like unintentionally like lead two guys on. Like, I feel as though I would be leading men on in the pods, just like, you know, telling one guy the same thing as the other guy. Like, I feel as though I'll be that person who just cannot make a decision, and literally who would like be torn between choosing like two guys. Okay, like which guys do I want to take to the altar? Like, I would be getting engaged like at the last week. Like, I would be getting engaged like at the very last minute. Like, I will be literally like the last person to be engaged out of the 6 couples being in show. And also, I feel like that if I was on Love is Blind, I would honestly be shown. Like, I would be like one of those like, you know, couples who like, you know, it's gonna be shown going to Mexico or going to whatever, like going on vacation and go like, you know, I feel as though I would be in a love triangle. I would be in a huge like love triangle. I might even be in a love triangle with 3 guys. Like, I would just be having a hard time like picking a guy. Like, and I would just have to kind of be like eeny, meeny, miny, with like, which guy do I choose out the pods? Like, I feel as though I would be torn between, okay, which guy do I choose? Like, who is actually like my person? Like, who do I actually like want to marry? Like, I would be so torn between which guy I want, and I would be like torn between like, okay, what career does this person have? Like, who makes the most money? Like, I would have so much anxiety in the pods. I would be super stressed. I would be crying. I would be literally like raising my voice, just yelling like behind the wall. Like, I would just be so torn. I would be so stressed on like like I would not be able to pick a guy to the point where I might just stay in the pods to the point where like I might even not get choked. Like, I don't know. Like, I might not get chosen. Like, I would just be stressed. And I might also be in a love triangle with some other girl, and me and her might be fighting. Like, I feel as though I would just be that one person who will be in a love triangle and who would not be able to decide between, okay, which guy do I pick? Like, which guy do I choose? Which, like, I would just be like, okay, you know what? Are you the one? Like, I would just be asking too many questions. I feel as though I would be harsh in the pods. Like, I would just be very harsh, just very judgy, very questionable. You know, I would feel that I would just be in a lot, just lots of drama. Like, I feel as though I do see myself, like, if I was ever on the show, I would make sure I'm in a love triangle just so that it could be some sort of drama. But also, I feel as though I would genuinely end up in a love triangle because I would make sure to pick 2 guys to choose from. I would make sure to pick 2 guys to compare to, because I feel as though being in a love triangle for me is just fun. Like, I feel as though I would have a fun time dramatically in an anxious way being in a love triangle. Like, I would just enjoy myself being in a love triangle and deciding between 2 guys. Which guy do I choose? Which guy is going to propose to me? Like, I would just stress myself out to the fullest. Like, I really would just be stressed. And honestly, if it's like genuine or not, like, I'm making television, like, I am making TV, like, I am making some type of TV. Like, I feel as though I would be torn between which guy do I pick? Which guy do I take? Like, I would just be stressed. Like, will you actually love me for who I am? Will you actually like choose me? But I also will be on the show for fame. I also will make sure that I'm on the show for fame and I'm getting 1 million followers, and I'm going to have a podcast after the show. Like, I would make sure I have a podcast. I would make sure after the show, like, I will make all this money. I'm going to get paid. Like, ooh, you cannot tell me. I am getting my influencer career. if I was ever on Love is Blind. Like, that's just how it is. And I don't care. I wouldn't care what the producers say. I wouldn't even care if Vanessa and Nick Lachey like confront me like, oh, like they did with Trevor. Like, I wouldn't care. I would honestly have a joy and a blast being on the show, knowing that I could get 2 million, even 2 million followers out of this. Like, I don't know. But yeah, that's all I have to say for this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye bye.